Okay, I have no idea who this is. I guess it's called a spar bar. I just thought it was pretty cool. So anyway, the quality of this video probably won't be too good. I kept trying to make it while I was watching the World Series the past couple nights, and yesterday's game was amazing and went into extra innings. But anyways, this is just about a Ward's video, and I thought he had some pretty interesting stuff to say.
I don't know. It's not, those are things I can't concern myself with. That's your guys' world. I don't, it's funny, you look at all the things that were said about him, and then you look at his last fight, and you see the things that were said about him, and then you see some people, they're still saying those things, and some people are back on the bandwagon. That comes with the territory, man. Unfortunately, sometimes it's touch and go, sometimes it's hot and cold, so really I'm not concerned at all about what's being said. I got to focus on him and what he's bringing to the table and what I need to do.
Now this was pretty interesting to me. As you heard, Ward said that Kovalev had a bad performance against Chilemba, which is partially true, but Ward himself also had a bad performance against Alexander Brand. I mean, we remember how Ward made excuse after excuse as to why he didn't stop Brand. But I think that most people who were critical of Kovalev were already people who hated him. I don't think anyone jumped off, then jumped back on the bandwagon like Ward said. I mean, and this makes me wonder if not just Ward, but all fighters are actually able to selectively hear and distance themselves from criticism. I mean, I heard a lot of people say they believe Ward fought a far inferior fighter in Brand than Kovalev did in Chilemba. But I mean, Ward is right. None of that matters now. It was in the past. Both guys are facing the toughest competition and need to be completely focused.
I mean, we respect, every fighter that we fight. We don't get, and I'm talking me and my team, we don't get caught up in the whole puncher thing. Anybody can get you out of there if you get hit right. So I don't think I'd be sitting here in this position right now if I had these highs and lows. This guy's a puncher, oh my God, versus this. And we got to find a way to get it done, and we're going to find a way to get it done. I don't care what he's got in his gloves, who he's knocked out, or what he's done. My job is to get my hand raised, and that's what we focused on.
True, but I have to think that Ward is completely focused on Kovalev's power. I mean, Ward is known to have very tight defense, and I assume he believes he needs to come in with his A game on November 19th. But listening to the interview, Ward does seem very relaxed and confident going into this fight.
Typically, we go through our process together. If I feel like I need to go look at something on my own, I'll do that. He watches a lot more film than I do. I mean, he's up 3, 4 in the morning watching film. As I've gotten older, I watch less film because I don't need to see 10 fights to see tendencies and to see certain things. There may be 2 fights that I need to watch, this type of style versus that type of style. And I know what I need to see, and then I may go back and watch around here, around there, but I try to leave room for my instincts, man, because I'm very instinctual, and you got to be able to think on the fly, fighting at the highest level. And I leave room for that. It's not a checklist that you got to go down because you can't get into a ring thinking like that. I just believe that who I am and what I have is enough, and that's what I'm standing in.
Not sure if I believe this at all. I mean, do you guys think Ward is just going to rely on his instincts? I mean, man, he could be. This just makes me wonder if the fact that Ward has never experienced a professional loss will actually hurt him going into this fight. You know how they say you learn the most from your losses? And Ward's last opponents over the past couple of years have not been very good. I believe that Ward could solely rely on his instincts against someone like Alexander Brand, but I believe in my opinion, they're game planning for this fight. We just heard Ward say Virgil is up watching film until 2 or 3 in the morning. And in other interviews, strangely enough, Hunter is saying that he doesn't really come up with a game plan before a fight. Yet, he does watch a lot of film, so who knows. I personally think they are coming with a very strategic game plan, but are leaving plenty of room for a lot of adjustments. But anyway, I definitely don't believe that they are going to rely solely on instincts. If that were the case, why even watch film?
And I'm not even interested in Adonis Stevenson right now. Obviously, he's not my next opponent. And, you got to ask Al if he can come out and play. I don't even know if he's available to fight. I'm just keeping it real with you.
Yes, finally, someone who can be critical of the PBC without being criticized for being critical and actually saying something truthful. Shout out to Andre Ward for speaking up against the PBC.
Beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I'm excited. What better time than now at this stage of my career? I'm just excited to continue to prepare so I can go and do my part to give the fans their money's worth, those that pay to be there and those that are paying to watch it. So that's what I'm focused on, but I'm extremely happy to be a part of my first pay-per-view.
Man, I almost think that boxing as a whole needs to step away from the pay-per-view model, at least for a while. I mean, I think boxing needs to just wait until a true superstar emerges, then start selling pay-per-views. I mean, I hope this fight does well. Something's telling me that it's not going to. Hopefully they cover all their expenses and make a little bit of extra, but I guess I can only hope at this point. I mean, an interesting thing that Ward did say is he wants to give the fans their money's worth. So I think if people do buy this fight, Ward definitely has to give the fans their money's worth and can't rely on holding. I mean, if he does and it's a boring fight, I truly think this will be Ward's last pay-per-view fight. But being positive, I say I hope this is going to be a great fight and generate a lot of pay-per-view buys.
It's good. It's good. Good fighter, top contender.
You guys spar?
Did a little something. It's good. Verge came from the school of where it's smart to have a good amount of fighters in the stable in the same weight class. That way you don't have to go look for sparring. I mean, that's how it used to be back in the day. You have a trainer that would train, light heavyweight, super middleweights, and middleweights, and they all get work. You don't have to go, outsourcing for work. So that's the school that he comes from. So, naturally you don't like guys around you that are even remotely, at least me, that are in my weight class. It's a thing with fighters. But he and I will never fight. So, I'm happy to have him on board, and I'm looking forward to him bouncing back and doing great things.
I mean, I think this is really cool. I think Fanfara should give good sparring to Andre Ward and vice versa. And I do agree with a lot of what he said. Keep a lot of it in-house, have less problems that way. But you do need to see different looks, so it will help, but we'll see how that goes.
3 weeks out, if not, I got some problems.
True. I think we all can agree now that Ward is a light heavyweight. He's not a super middleweight fighting at light heavyweight. Ward is a big dude, definitely bigger than other super middleweights. So Ward's truly in the right division right now, and size really isn't going to make much of a difference in this fight. At least that's how I see it.
Yeah, I have to feel that way. That's how I approach all my big fights. I don't go into the fight in my mind thinking I got a clear-cut advantage here and I'm gonna run through this guy. Personally, for me, I can't roll like that. I got to keep myself honest. We just talked about the grind and the process every day. So many days you get up and don't want to be in here, and that's what keeps me going at the level that I need to go at on a day-to-day basis, just understanding that this man is working, and everything that I feel, the passion that I feel, the hunger that I feel to get these belts and to beat him, that dude is feeling the same way. if not more. So that just keeps me on my grind and keeps my head down where I force myself to keep working. And if it's anything less than that, that's a bonus. But I truly believe that he's everything that they say he is. And, I'm everything that I've shown over the years. And I feel will even show more, in a fight like this, of this magnitude.
100% agree with this. Yes, it's a 50-50 fight. Man, all we can do now is hope that both Kovalev and Ward come into the fight at their absolute best.
I mean, it's old. I've been in this game a long time. And don't get me wrong, I can talk smack with the best of them. It's not that I don't have anything to say. It's just that I come from an old school mentality. You know what I'm saying? And it's more about action with me. I feel like I say what I need to say when I need to say it. And, because I don't do a lot of talking, I feel like when I do speak, maybe you guys want to listen. But if I'm on every website every week saying the same thing over and over, it starts to get a little mundane. You know what I mean? So I just try to speak when I need to speak and make sure that when I say something is meaningful and then go try to back it up. Because in the boxing right now, it's a lot of talk. It's a lot of people trying to be Floyd, and I get it. He's a big, inspiration to a lot of young guys coming up. But it's more talk. It's a lot of. We call it bumping guns where I come from, but not a lot of action. And then when a guy doesn't perform and do what he said he was gonna do, nobody calls him out on it. And then he goes, he makes an excuse for it, and he starts talking again. So I just try to keep it simple. I'm about action.
Okay, man, let's be honest. Ward used Triple G's name every chance he could to help promote this fight. Plus, Ward generally is known for usually being a humble guy. But for this fight, he was talking more than ever, almost being insultive. He actually was being quite insultive to Triple G, even though he's preparing for Kovalev. And the craziest thing, Ward did far more trash talking to Triple G than he did to Kovalev. But Triple G's hot right now, so I guess that's probably why. Granted, interviewers are consistently asking Ward about his plans of fighting Triple G, but Andre took every chance he can to poke little verbal jabs at Triple G. So anyways, I truly hope the Triple G Ward fight happens. I also believe if this is either a really good fight with Kovalev or if Ward is able to beat Kovalev, there will be no bigger fight to make than Triple G versus Ward. And the way that De La Hoya is stalling and stagnating the Canelo fight, man, I hope the Triple G Ward fight happens and happens soon.
I can't speak on how, him getting emotional or feeling some type of way about anything. I don't have to do anything. We're not cool. He's preparing right now to try to hurt me. And I'm preparing to not let that happen. So, there's nothing to talk about. Why shake hands for what?
Again, Ward seems to be out of character for this fight. He's showing poor sportsmanship, not shaking hands, trash talking. So is that just Ward being nervous? Or is Kovalev actually getting in Ward's head? Or is Ward just strategically changing up his character and demeanor to see how Kovalev reacts?
They used to guys paying homage and giving him too much respect before the fight, and we don't get down like that.
Could be. Man, Ward is definitely out of character for this fight. Total mental warfare going on. It could help or hurt Ward. We'll just have to see.
I think it's going to be a problem, man. They let me get 3 fights this year. It's going to be a problem. And you feel it, It's just certain things you do, like, wow, man, I ain't even think about that. It's certain things you do without even thinking, just from the repetition. And this is, like I said, this is number 3 this year. I've been in the gym all year. So this camp, we've had to really be careful to not go to the other side and do too much, because I came in sharp and I came in great shape. So definitely feel the difference.
This was the strangest part of the interview to me. Ward said they let him get 3 fights this year. But Ward has been extremely inactive for the past 4 to 5 years. And a lot of it's his own doing. And again, like I said earlier, I wonder if Ward is getting a false sense of confidence from beating these far inferior guys. I mean, he has had these stay busy fights, but I honestly don't think that Ward has shown a lot of growth from them or has forced him to improve as a fighter. I mean, these guys were people that he was supposed to beat and easily could beat. But he did stay busy. He did stay in camps. So we'll see if it pays off. Overall, I can't really remember being this excited for a fight. I mean, we do have Pacquiao-Vargas next week. Then after the Kovalev-Ward fight, we have Lomachenko-Walters fight. Anyways, I'm a huge fan of Pacquiao, but I am far more excited for the Kovalev-Ward fight. Like I said, hopefully both guys come in at their best. We'll have to see. But this was a good interview by Ward. No backing out now. I'm still going with Kovalev, but I believe it to be a very competitive fight. Ward really looks confident and sure of his abilities. Can't wait till fight night. You guys take care. Have a great day.
Fight.